Peace, peace, peace. Rock out here battling this banger, battling with this video. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and let's do this. 1 second, guys. Let me stop. Keep the stream rolling. Technical difficulties. Please pardon my manners. Please pardon my manners. Alright, now y'all can kind of see. Battling another banger, battling another exclusive video. If you're new to the channel, I will get the I don't want the lights on in here though. There ain't much of a light though. So like that. Alright, so go ahead. Alright, y'all, so we calm down. I struggle with anxiety, so sometimes, a lot of the times, I like to rush things when there's no rush. So I've been trying to slow down more. Running around with it like a chicken with my head cut off is not good for anything. Excuse me. Especially when making decisions. But right now, I'm about to stream this session of coding. Got about an hour and a half until I gotta do something else. We're gonna practice coding with freecodecamp.org. Free programming. Give us some certifications. Did do JavaScript already, but Python is way more important to me right now because all JavaScript is laying down the front end of the program. Python is how we plan to build well, we could use JavaScript as well, but Python is what we're going to actually decide to learn. And maybe when we're done, we'll learn JavaScript. But right now, we're going to Python. As you can see, I have not completed any of these. This is just the beginning. We have a significant amount of work to do. Yeah, we're just going to continue learning. Start with the basics. I do have a book from school. Did take a Python class, already passed it. I didn't reach my full potential in the class, even though I passed it with an A. I would like to go back in the book and utilize Python that's on my PC. Let me turn down the I can hear the echo and the microphone. If we do get stuck, we do have the book for references. We have YouTube, of course. Pretty sure it'd be faster to look on YouTube how to do whatever we're gonna do. But we're gonna eventually have to go to, but we're gonna eventually get to utilizing, hopefully, we get better enough to actually go inside the buddy and utilize this right here, which I did in college, in school. Basically, I have files in here that we can open up. Python. type of stuff we're gonna start doing, or we're about to practice right now. So, what does it say right here? As you may recall from previous lessons in Python, you declare a variable by writing the variable name on the left side of the assignment operator, and the value to assign on the right side. Create a variable called shift and assign the value 5 to your new variable. Shift and then assign the 5 to the variable. And basically, as we go, it's going to tell us if we got it right or not. We did it, but I didn't see. Oh, it's just shifted 5 times, maybe. In the previous lesson, we learned about different data types. You can store in a variable. You just assign an integral variable value. Now you need to assign a string, which is a sequence of characters enclosed by either single or double quote. Declare another variable called alphabet and assign the string A through Z. I didn't use the alphabet. This is a string. That's what we just did. That was the first one when I put inside the putty. And I have my bank is such and such. Okay. Why did it pop up on my screen? My console. Alright, no, I didn't do that. So the console, I believe, is gonna be what's wrong with it. Okay, to implement this, okay, we're on to the next step. In this workshop, you're going to build a Caesar cipher. This is one of the simplest techniques to encrypt text, which consists of substituting each letter of the plain text with the letter found at a fixed number of a position down the alphabet. For example, with a shift of 5, A will be replaced by F, A will be replaced by F, and B will be replaced by G, and so on. To implement this cipher, you will need to create a new version of your alphabet that starts at the position indicated by the shift. As you learned in a previous lesson, you can extract part of a string using string slicing. This is when we're going to encrypt the text. Caesar cipher, and if we shift 5, if we use an A, it'll be replaced by F while we store it, and if we use B, it'll be replaced by G if we store it, and so on. Example code FCC equals freecodecamp.com, print FCC, and then shift 8, and I guess that's the comment. Create a variable named shifted alphabet and use the slicing syntax to assign the portion of the alphabet that starts at the index of shift, and call the built-in print function to print shifted alphabet on the terminal. So I'm guessing what that's telling us to do is alphabet shift print function shifted Create a variable name shift and use slice in the center to assign a protocol alphabet. Strict invalid syntax also. Create a variable name shifted alphabet and use the slicing syntax to assign the portion. So you should declare a variable name shifted alphabet. To declare a variable, you need to to assign a portion of the start. And we need to set it to something. Maybe we just need to print and then shift, and inside that, shifted alphabet. Use the code raise an error before any test will run. You could raise an error before any test. That's obviously not how we do it. Create a variable name. What step did we get to? Step 3. It says create a variable name shifted alphabet and use the slicing syntax to assign it the portion of alphabet that starts at the index of shift. This is how we create a variable, but we don't have any it sets anything. And then we're supposed to run the print, and I guess to cipher the text within the shifted alphabet. And it works how you're going to build a Caesar cipher. This is one of the simplest techniques to encrypt the text, which consists of substituting each letter of the plain text with the letter found at a fixed number of positions down the alphabet. For example, with the shift of 5, A replaced by F. Oh, no, that's not right. Replaced by F, B by G. So A is replaced. I don't know what that has to do with anything. To implement this cipher, you will need to create a new version of your alphabet that starts at the position indicated by shift. As you learned in the previous lesson, you can extract part of the string using string slicing. So we needed to create a variable called shifted alphabet and use the slicing syntax to assign the portion of alphabet that starts at the index of shift. Then call the built-in print function to print shifted alphabet. So we need to print this. This needs to come up on our screen, which it does, but so I don't know what we're supposed to set this equal to, because this is supposed to be our initial variable. And then when we do it down here, it just says raise error. So I don't know what it was supposed to leave it blank. And then put nothing there. And then you should assign alpha shift to shifted, okay? You should assign alphabet shift to shifted alphabet. You should assign alphabet shift to shifted underscore alphabet. should assign. I was thinking we had to assign this to this because we didn't have a variable. A string within the variable, but let's try this. Print output that shift to nope. You should assign alphabet shift to it's not within this text right here. It says we're supposed to put it inside. Let's try it. The thing is to try to figure it out before we look for help. But so far, no luck. So let's go to YouTube. I'm not going to dig through a book, just try to find an answer. I'm not going to just find an answer on YouTube. I have to eat. I'm not some pro coder guy, so I'm gonna go look for help. As much as I want to be, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Let's turn this up. Can't hear it. Need to get to. So we did kind of have right shifted and then equal to shift, but we didn't know. I guess we don't know how to put this. But this is what I put. Remember? And then shift the alphabet. I did that. Well, mine ain't work. Oh, because I had a parentheses in between mine. That's why. So look, this is what we're supposed to have, and then this is what we're supposed to have down here. So shift the alphabet. So when we do that, print this. Wait. Dude just passed, so take a closer look. Print. That's exactly what I did. He passed it though. Little spill. 100. Next, print shift the alphabet. Oh, he said, oh yeah, Davion from the chat said, warriors of the day, preserve strength and adaptability. I didn't become strong by choice. Strength developed when help didn't come. I learned to carry my pain quietly, to stand even while breaking down. People praised my resilience, but never asked what it cost. I wasn't brave. I was just left with no option. Real spill of activities. But we're trying to pass this challenge, the certification, and right now we're at a standstill. With the source we went to get the help, they passed it, but ours didn't pass. Um, and it's ours is printing this instead of printing that right there. So that's the problem. Alphabet, shift 5, shift it out, underscore alphabet. Maybe we need to put a space on it. Nope. Shifted underscore alphabet print. Ours is identical. Oh, and what? That's why we have the parentheses around it. It's supposed to just be plain. So, and like I said right here, the A became the F and the B became the G. So this text right here is now encrypted because we ran this string right here. Well, it's not a string, it's a Caesar. We're building a Caesar cipher, but we basically encrypted our information. So we had alphabet set to alphabet. We shifted 5, and I guess the A became the 5th letter, which is the F. The B became the 5th letter from that, which was the G. So now we have F, G, and we print it right here. So if this is true, that means that if we run the script on mine that I created in school, I can change that 50,000 to $5 or $55. Let's try it. Open that up. Week 1. Now I'm gonna go to Python. That's week 3. Week 1. I don't want that one. I want the one that we had. Python. Week 1. Nope. Same one. Idiot. Desktop. Python. Week 1. Alright, so let's change this right here to a print that shifted bank equals money equals. I will have to do this. I will have to go shift one. I'm just going on a whim here. I got money. I think I might have to change this whole thing right here. And then I'm gonna have to shift bank. I'm gonna have to shift underscore bank equals shift equals bank shift colon that print shifted underscore bank. But I know it's not what I want. I'm not gonna get what I want. Well, kinda did. Shifted one letter, took off the R, but I want to change. So I think I gotta write this code over. I gotta write this code to say, I don't need two variables. I just need to go, let's do this, 500,000 in our account. We shift one, and bank, and then instead of it being 500,000, we make it seem like they have $0 in their bank account. Got him. Got him. I thought they had 500,000. So in the account, the account really has 500,000. We came in and we said, oh, we could say, okay, mad scheme. Nah, we gotta figure out a way to change it. But yeah, so when we did the cipher test though, the A became the F, the B became the G. So how was it not right? Oh yeah, okay. Let's go to the next one. Become a supporter. Remove interruptions. Acquire skills faster. Help millions of people learn. Ask me later. Okay. You can see from the output, the shifted alphabet starts at the letter F because shift has the value 5. But now the first 5 letters of the alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, and E, A, B, C, D, and E are missing from the shifted alphabet. So you need to add them at the end of the shifted alphabet. The plus operator is used to combine 2 or more strings together in a process called concatenation, like this. Greeting equals hello plus missing information plus world. Print greeting equals hello world. Use the slicing syntax to extract the missing first portion of alphabet and concatenate it to alphabet shift. As a reminder, the sentence start returns the characters of sentence from position start including to stop. As a reminder, sentence start and stop returns the characters of a sentence from position start including to stop. Man, y'all niggas hate it, bro. That shit was hard. Use the slicing syntax to extract the missing first portion of alphabet content. As a remainder sentence stop returns the characters of sentence from position start. As a reminder, you should concentrate in the missing first portion of alphabet. Using the slicing syntax to extract the missing first portion of alphabet. As a reminder, sentence start. What am I thinking about? I posted a video on Instagram. It was hard. Use the slicing syntax. I don't think I did it yet. Use the slicing syntax to extract the missing portion. So, as a reminder, sentence start, returns the characters of the sentence. Position start. What? What is it asking me to do? It's saying to add something. It's saying to add something to my alpha shift. So, as a reminder, use the slicing syntax to extract the missing first portion of the alphabet. Calculate 15 as a reminder. Oh, so these first 5 letters are gone. And we need to add these to the end of this text right here. And to do that, I'm supposed to, so to this one right here, I'm supposed to add plus, I guess, what? A, B, C, D, E, plus. Nah, wait. Maybe look at this. Man. What? Sir, your code raised an error before any test could run. Finish it. Try again. We could look at the video, but trying to see what to figure out, at least be close like we were last time. Use this operating is used to combine two or more strings together in a process called use the slicing syntax to extract the missing first portion of the alphabet. So I'm thinking you should assign it. So you should assign the concept of an alphabet shift and the missing first portion of alphabet to the shifted alphabet verb. So we need to assign it here. We need to assign it. We need to use these two right here. We need to have one. So I know we need to have it right here. I know we need to have two of these plus signs to add the information or take the information away. But I don't know if you put it in between this on the opposite side of this. You should assign the concentration of alphabet shift in the missing first portion of the alphabet to the shifted verb. So let's try to, and then use shift to specify where to stop the slicing. So I'm guessing we gotta add A, B, C, D, E to the front of it, and then, or maybe A, B to the front, C, D, E to the back. Let's try it. And then, all right, we're gonna leave the what you call it right there. Alright, so we got it right here, and then that's not how it's supposed to be though. So we really can add it. You should assign the alphabet shift and then shift where we're supposed to go. I don't know. Let's look at it though. We try something. I can't hear him though. I'm pretty sure it's something simple. To the end of it. That's it. Oh, so we added it to the back of it. I didn't need two of them. So basically, we're just gonna copy this and put it to the end. I mean, that's showing us how to do it, but how was I supposed to know that? I get what it's doing though, but he basically just added those last letters to it. So instead of a shift at the back, it's a shift at the front. That way we had the last couple letters. We didn't have that at first. Over something easier next. Now that you have your entry shifted alphabet, remove the print shifted alphabet. Without doubt, just my mom saying just that. Lower underscore charge. The str dot make trans method takes two strings of equal length and returns a translation table that maps each character in the first string with the corresponding character of the second string. Each character in the transition table is stored as a Unicode or ordinal, a number that uniquely identifies the character. Example code, lows underscore charge. You'll learn about the type of structure returned by later on in curriculum. For now, create a translation table that maps the characters in alphabet to the characters in shifted alphabet and assign it to a variable name translation in table underscore table. Oh. You learn more about the type. For now, create a translation table that maps the characters in the alphabet to the characters in shifted alphabet. Assign it to the variable name translator underscore table. What does that even mean? Create a translation table that maps the characters in alphabet to the characters in shifted alphabet and assign it to the variable. I wish I would have been a PJ in the military. That'd be so cool. And assign it to the variable. Right. I don't even have a translation table. But it says it. Yeah. Uh, wait, train. Oh. Hey, train. learn more about transgression about the time bomb. Hold on, guys, I gotta take a leak. Good news, the camera is up and running. It hasn't ran through the screen in a while. Happy. What we doing? So, step 6, the str dot market trans method takes two strings of equal length and returns a translation table that maps each character of the first string with the corresponding character of the second string. Each character in the translation table is stored as a Unicode order, a number that uniquely identifies the character. So, we need to make a trans table first and then call the trans table. Our trans table has to be, I guess, with the alphabet. And we have, I don't know why. I mean, with theirs they had the numbers and they use ABC. Let me see how this goes. Maybe we'll get a better understanding of what we need to do. But I can do it right now. I mean, ain't letting it run, so maybe because you got all this boost. Maybe set something. Well, that's what theirs do. I don't know what the ABC is going to do with anything. Okay, let's get some help. So I'm guessing in order to make the trans table, we have to actually type it in. Before we go to this next step, we're gonna actually sit here and read this over and see what we just did, to see if there's any correlation from the wording up here to wording down here. So this is the correct code. Translation underscore table equals straight market trans. Make trans alphabet shift the alphabet. So I guess this is gonna make the table, and then it told us you will learn more about structure returned by str dot make trans parentheses later on in the curriculum. But now create a translation table that maps the characters and alphabet to the characters and shift the alphabet and assign it to the variable name translation table. So the variable, this is us creating our translation table. Well, yeah, it says we're creating a translation table that maps the character's alphabet to the character's shifted alphabet. So, and we're going to use the variable name translation table. So in order to make a translation table, we have to first use the variable name, which is called translation table. And we have to call it using this str dot. And we made our trans table. I'm guessing if we change this right here, we can make a different type of table. And then we, what does it say? We map the characters of alphabet to the characters of shifted alphabet. So instead of shifted alphabet, we still get alphabet. And we print it. Based off what we just did. Declare new variable text and assign it the string hello world. Now we got something that we can do. Jeez. This feels good. Hopefully next time. Next time we'll know how to do that. But we just learned how to do it. So we know how to make a translation table. As well as typing the string. Hello world, you tuned into the Dawn Break Farm, Rock God, Black Swan, Boss, the king of a kind over a lost, release, king of a kind over the cost, the biggest ain't time, it's like I'm really lost, you can get up on the board, wipe it off like talk, I'm a beast, my mama had me, on the east, I'm still out east, bank of Westwood, claiming I'm trading, collecting all these checks, go up back, no reason while I'm aiming at the net, step into the game, got 40 but out of sweat, big dog and shit, no need for a bet. Quit 18, ain't nothing to me. I told the homies don't kill him, bring the cows to me. My woman, real pleased they be shower with me. Most high on the tower with me. The haters style with me. They in the deep, but they cows with me. I'm like, shot, they the cows to me. They taking hours with me. What they saying, the type of games we playing lone wolf. And I'm stranded the boss and petty pants. That shit was so fucking hard. This shit, y'all go tune in to the song. It's about to drop on the tube at like 12. Y'all tune in. That was hard. Share, comment, like. I killed that jump on Canon Beat. The translate method, this motivation. Closure happens right after you accept that letting go and moving on is more important than projecting the fantasy of how the relationship could have been. Real spill. The translate method takes the argument that translation table is generated by str. It is called on a string and returns a copy of the original string where the characters have been replaced based on the translation table. Okay, sentence, okay, print sentence, okay. Call the translation method on text passed in the translation table. As the argument assigns the result to a variable name encrypted text. So we have that, we get to print underscore translation underscore table with as the argument result, passing in translation table as the argument and assign the result to a variable name. Encrypted text. Print translation underscore table. Encrypted text. As the argument assigns the result to a variable name. Encrypted text. Passing it to translation table. Assign the result to a variable name. So I know we need to do something like this. But since it what is this? Translation table. Then you have sentence. And then you have sentence. Passing in the translation table. What is it called? Method on the text passing in the translation underscore table. As the argument and assign the result to the name, the variable name. I'm trying to compare this to the upside. Call the translation method on the text passing. So dot. Get some help. Did that. That's it? Wow. That's all we have to do. Wait. No. We did that already. My job did not tell us to do any of that. We're gonna look at it and see. I don't feel like it's necessarily. I think it's highly telling me to do it. Translate. Translate. Okay. We're gonna go over these. We're gonna go over the instructions again. Cause I understand, like when I do, I'm like, man, I can't figure that out. I think it's the wording of it that I'm not getting. Encrypted text. It says. I think because they put in the variable at the end. Let's see. It says assign the result to a variable and encrypted text. So once we read that, we just automatically know we have to create a variable and encrypted text. It says call the translate table method on the text passing in the translation table underscore table. So text. So T sentence. T sentence. Text translate. What is the translate? So T as the R. I don't know. That's what they said we gotta do. Next step. Now print encrypted text to see the outcome. Know how to print. Now we gotta have parentheses, my boy. Encrypted text. Okay, that's pretty cool. As you can see, the output, the message has been encrypted. The next step will be making your code be usable in case you wanted to encrypt different messages. For that, you need to create a function. As a reminder, here's how to create a function named spam that prints spam on the terminal. Function, def spam, create a function named Caesar. Caesar. Put all your existing code within the function body. Oh crap. Start that. Yeah. The code reads, it says create a function named Caesar. Oh, that's it. Caesar. And then put all your existing code within the function body. Pay attention to keep the same initial level of all lines. Maybe if we do like this. Also. And then print. Print. Nah. So we gotta create the function. And you need to go like this. And then print. Right, so we're gonna pay attention to keep the same addition line. I guess we have to go print, print, excuse me. That was wrong. Sorry, you gotta do all that. That was off. I had to put this up here. As you learn in the previous lessons, functions can have parameters. I think I'm gonna stop here. I was gonna go to 12, but I got stuff I gotta do, so I'm gonna get done with this. Didn't even look at the market today. Nice little stream. Don't know how many views we got, but that's steps 1 through 10 on the Golden Cipher, that Caesar Cipher. We'll most likely go back through that next time just to get those, make sure we got those steps before we go to the next step. So, if you guys are returning here, put in that like and that comment button. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. Good information.